Hey again guys, so this week I'm chatting to you about travelling with a toddler, or in my case two. From all those hectic moments where I've literally questioned my sanity, there's been some amazing ones. And don't get me wrong, the last couple of years on the road with 3 kids, we left when they were 3.5 and under. It was chaos at times, but you sort of don't remember those times. You remember those awesome moments when you know, our daughter hiked through Caravan and the boys went riding around Uluru, and they've become seasoned hikers now. They're amazing little travellers. So we left when our daughter was 6 months old. You know, she was a little baby, but you know, she spent all of her toddler years on the road so far. And but it's just awesome to remember those special moments. And you know, she started walking at the Sunshine Coast. You know, she said her first swear word at Moonta Bay in South Australia, which was not an ideal parenting moment. She took off on her scooter for the first time in Broome. She gave her first thumbs up in Lucky Bay. So we have all these sensational memories of her as a toddler. So you might assume from the Let's Go blogs that I do, and if you follow us on social media, that our daughter Charlie is well behaved. Your assumptions are wrong. She's quite demanding, she's stubborn, she's very independent. So this is actually why I'm blogging to you about travelling with a toddler. So I'm going to give you some tips now, and my first one is about car travel. Now, travelling 75,000 kilometres or something now with our 3 kids. At the moment, their age, I'm looking at them trying to remember their ages. They're 2.5, 4 and 5.5. Food, bring it on. The more food, the better. They just constantly snack in the car. I don't know why, but it's like they've just had breakfast. They get in the car. They've been in there 2 minutes. Mum, I'm hungry. Are you kidding? You just had breakfast. So snacks definitely keep them entertained, keep them happy, full tummies. So we keep healthy snacks in the car, lots of fruit, Cruskets, rice cakes. I typically go down the health food aisle. I don't like to have any sugar and crap in the car because it just makes them crazy. So my next one is naps. Now, on the topic of car travel, we try and time our travel when the kids need to have a sleep. It's not so important now because our daughter, she's 2.5 and she's sort of coming out of that daily nap stage. But it is nice and peaceful drive when the kids are napping in the car. But typically stick to your routine. You know, kids need sleep, and if you're out adventuring all day, you know, they're just cactus and they want to sleep at 5 p.m, which is not ideal for you. So stick to routine. Technology. Now, we have iPads for the kids, and to me, or for our family, they're an absolute godsend. We have a lot of educational apps on there. There's some amazing apps for 2-year-olds, believe it or not. You know, the toddlers just love the educational apps. They're counting, they're learning their ABCs. So definitely, if you're doing a big trip like we are, the big lap, or you're traveling for 3 or more months, I'd definitely look at getting a tablet. My next tip, take your time. Patience is a virtue. The kids want to stop and smell the flowers. They want to go and pat the horse. They want to feel the sand in their feet. They want to touch and feel everything. So everything is a lot slower traveling with kids, or toddlers especially, than you were if you were doing it on your own or as a couple. They don't understand the pressures of time, and they prefer to be spotting, you know, tiny little bugs. So keep you cool, and the kids will too. When you're traveling Australia, you want to keep your budget as tight as possible. So when it comes to your attractions and activities, toddlers generally are free, so they're actually cheap to travel with. On the subject of attractions and activities, choose wisely. Make sure you definitely do your research. We've been caught out a couple of times where we've turned up at a hike thinking that it was only, you know, 20 minutes or something, and it's, you know, a 5-kilometre return trip. And, you know, back in 2016 when we were traveling, it just wasn't doable with our 3 little kids. Now, so it's a bit easier. They're seasoned travelers. They love to go hiking. They love climbing mountains and going on little adventures. But I hope these little tips have helped you with traveling with a toddler. I can honestly tell you it has been the most beneficial thing that we have done. It's made her personality a pretty wicked one. She's a real character, and I love that she's literally grown up on the road. You know, she's spent over 2 years traveling. And the other boys have too. You know, our eldest was 3.5 when we left, so technically still a toddler as well. So toddler life on the road rocks.